What does it truly mean to own your dream? Is it the title in your name, the permanent space in your garage, or is it the feeling, the experience of commanding hundreds of horsepower on an open road, even if just for a chapter of your life? In the world of high-end automobiles, the path to the driver's seat isn't always a straight line. The biggest question isn't what car you'll drive, but how you'll drive it. Today, we unravel the ultimate dilemma, leasing versus buying. And the answer might change everything you thought you knew about luxury. Part 1. The dream and the reality. For as long as many of us can remember, the dream has been the same. You work hard, you save, and one day, you walk into a dealership and buy the car you've seen in posters and magazines. You drive it home, and it's yours. That's the traditional symbol of success. It's tangible. It's an asset. But in 2025, the world of luxury is evolving. The concept of ownership is becoming more fluid. We subscribe to music, to movies, even to our software. So why not our cars, especially when those cars are masterpieces of engineering that can lose value faster than they accelerate from 0 to 60. This is where the conversation really begins. Buying is about permanence. Leasing is about the experience. One isn't inherently better than the other, but one is almost certainly better for you, your lifestyle, and your financial strategy. To figure out which one, we need to look past the showroom shine and get into the numbers, the psychology, and the long-term game. Part 2. Buying a luxury car. The path of ownership. Let's start with the classic approach. Buying. When you buy a car, whether with cash or through a financing loan, your name is on the title. It is your property. This path comes with a powerful sense of pride and freedom. The upside of ownership. First, unlimited freedom. This is your car. You want to wrap it in a wild color. Go for it. You want to install a custom exhaust that makes the engine sing a little louder? That's your call. Want to take it on an epic cross-country road trip and rack up thousands of miles? There are no mileage caps, no penalties, no one to answer to. This freedom to customize and use the car as you see fit is perhaps the biggest emotional draw of buying. Second, you're building equity. Every payment you make on your car loan is a step toward full ownership. Once the loan is paid off, the car is 100% yours. It becomes an asset that you can sell, trade in, or keep for as long as you want. If you choose your car wisely, perhaps a limited edition model or a classic that holds its value well, it could even appreciate over time, becoming an investment. Think of models like the Porsche 911 GT3 or special edition Ferraris. Their values don't just hold, they often climb. The downside of ownership. But ownership isn't all open roads and appreciating assets. The biggest villain in this story is depreciation. The moment you drive a new luxury car off the lot, its value begins to plummet. For many high-end sedans and SUVs from brands like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, or Audi, you can expect to lose 20 to 30% of the value in the first year alone, and up to 50 or 60% within 5 years. For a $150,000 car, that's a potential loss of $75,000 in just 60 months. That's money vanishing into thin air. Then there are the higher monthly payments. Financing the full purchase price of a luxury car, even with a hefty down payment, usually results in significantly higher monthly costs compared to leasing the same vehicle. This can tie up a large amount of your capital that could be used for other investments, business ventures, or lifestyle experiences. Finally, you bear the full burden of maintenance and repairs. Once the manufacturer's warranty expires, typically after 3 or 4 years, every single repair comes out of your pocket. And on a modern supercar, that's not a trivial expense. An oil change on a Bentley can cost over $1,000. A new clutch on a Lamborghini can be a five-figure repair. Ownership means you are responsible for everything, forever. Part 3. Leasing a luxury car. The path of experience. Now let's explore the alternative, leasing. When you lease, you're essentially entering into a long-term rental agreement. You pay to use the car for a set period, usually 2 to 4 years, and for a certain number of miles. What does it truly mean to own your dream? Is it the title in your name, the permanent space in your garage, or is it the feeling, the experience of commanding hundreds of horsepower on an open road, even if just for a chapter of your life? In the world of high-end automobiles, the path to the driver's seat isn't always a straight line. The biggest question isn't what car you'll drive, but how you'll drive it. Today, we unravel the ultimate dilemma, leasing versus buying. And the answer might change everything you thought you knew about luxury. You're not paying for the whole car. You're only paying for the depreciation it will incur during your lease term. This fundamental difference changes everything. The allure of leasing. The most obvious advantage is lower monthly payments. Because you're only covering the car's depreciation plus interest and fees, the monthly outlay is almost always significantly lower than a loan payment for the same car. This frees up your cash flow, allowing you to enjoy a more expensive car than you might otherwise be comfortable buying outright. It puts that new Ferrari or Rolls-Royce within reach, not just for the ultra-wealthy, but for the successful professional. Next is the magic of always driving a new car under warranty. A typical lease term is 3 years. A typical luxury car warranty is, you guessed it, 3 or 4 years. This means for the entire time you have the car, it's covered by the manufacturer's warranty. If the complex infotainment system glitches or there's an engine issue, it's the dealer's problem, not yours. This provides incredible peace of mind. And what happens at the end of the lease? You simply hand the keys back. There's no hassle of selling the car privately, no haggling over trade-in values, and most importantly, no worrying about depreciation. The future value of the car, the residual value, was determined at the start of the lease. If the car's market value drops more than expected, that's the leasing company's loss, not yours. You just walk away, or more likely, you walk into your next brand new car. This cycle allows you to experience the latest technology, the newest designs, and that intoxicating new car smell every few years. The catches and clauses. But leasing has its own set of rules you have to play by. The biggest one is mileage restrictions. Most luxury leases come with an annual mileage allowance, often between 10,000 and 15,000 miles. If you go over, you'll pay a penalty for each extra mile, which can range from 25 cents to over $1 on high-end supercars. If you have a long commute or love spontaneous road trips, this can be a serious drawback. There are also wear and tear charges. At the end of the lease, the car is inspected. While a few minor scratches are expected, any significant damage, like a scraped wheel, a dented door, or a tear in the leather, will be billed to you. You have to treat the car with care, because it's not truly yours to do with as you please. And finally, you build no equity. After 3 years of making payments, you walk away with nothing but memories. You haven't built any ownership stake in the vehicle. It's purely a cost, an expense for the luxury of driving a new car. If you end the lease early, the termination fees can be astronomical, sometimes costing you almost the entire remaining value of the payments. Part 4. The 2025 factor. How the market is changing. So, we've covered the timeless pros and cons. But we're talking about 2025, and the automotive landscape is shifting faster than ever before. There are new factors to consider. First, the rise of electric supercars. We're in the middle of an electric revolution. Brands like Rimac, Pininfarina, and even legacy automakers like Lotus are producing electric hypercars with mind-bending performance. The technology is advancing at an incredible pace. A top-of-the-line EV today might feel outdated in just 3 years due to improvements in battery range, charging speed, and software. This rapid technological advancement makes leasing extremely attractive. Why buy a $300,000 electric Porsche Taycan Turbo S when an updated model with 100 extra miles of range and new features might be released in 36 months? Leasing allows you to stay on the cutting edge without being locked into rapidly aging tech. You can enjoy the best of today, knowing you can easily upgrade to the best of tomorrow. Second, we have economic uncertainty and interest rates. In recent years, interest rates for car loans have been volatile. Higher rates make financing a purchase much more expensive over the life of the loan. While lease rates are also affected, manufacturers often subsidize them with special offers, known as subvented leases, to keep their new cars moving off the lots. This can sometimes create a situation where leasing is by far the more financially prudent option, even for someone who could afford to buy. Finally, there's the changing definition of luxury. For a new generation of high-net-worth individuals, luxury is less about possession and more about access and experience. They value their time and convenience. The simplicity of leasing, fixed payments, no maintenance worries, no resale hassle, fits perfectly into this modern mindset. It's the car as a service model, and it's gaining traction. Part 5. Making your decision. A checklist for the aspiring owner. So, how do you choose? It's time to be honest with yourself. Let's run through a quick checklist. You should consider buying if you love customization. You dream of adding a unique body kit, a bespoke interior, or a performance tune. You want to make the car uniquely yours. You drive a lot. Your lifestyle involves long road trips, or you simply don't want to worry about watching the odometer. Freedom from mileage limits is a top priority. You plan to keep the car for a long time. You see this car as a long-term companion, something you'll enjoy for 5, 10, or even more years. You want to reach that glorious day when the payments stop, but the car is still yours. You're choosing a car with strong resale value. You've done your research and are targeting a specific model known to hold its value or even appreciate, like a limited-run Porsche or a classic Ferrari. You see it as both a passion and an investment. You should seriously consider leasing if you love that new car smell. You want to be in the latest model with the newest tech every 2 or 3 years. The idea of driving the same car for 5 years sounds boring to you. You want predictable, lower monthly payments. You want to protect your cash flow for other investments, or you simply want to drive a more expensive car for a more manageable monthly cost. You want zero hassle. You hate the idea of dealing with repairs outside of warranty, and you don't want the stress of selling a car. The convenience of just handing back the keys is a major selling point. You're considering an electric vehicle. Given the rapid pace of EV technology, leasing is a smart way to avoid being stuck with outdated battery tech or software in a few years. Part 6. A real-world example. The Porsche 911. Let's make this tangible. Imagine a brand new Porsche 911 Carrera with a sticker price of, say, $120,000. If you buy it with a 20% down payment, $24,000, and finance the rest over 5 years at a 7% interest rate, your monthly payment would be around $1,880. Over 5 years, you'll pay the car off. By then, it might be worth around $70,000. So you have a $70,000 asset, but you've spent $136,800 in total payments and down payment. Your net cost of ownership over 5 years, not including maintenance or insurance, is roughly $66,800. Now let's lease it. For a 3-year, 10,000-mile-per-year lease, you might put down about $10,000. Your monthly payment could be around $10,000, $1,600. At the end of 3 years, you've spent a total of $67,600. You hand the keys back and have nothing to show for it in terms of equity. At first glance, the costs seem similar. But with leasing, for those 3 years, you had lower monthly payments and were fully under warranty. After 3 years, you can lease another brand new car. With buying, after 3 years, you still have 2 more years of high payments, and your warranty is about to expire, exposing you to potentially massive repair bills. The buyer ends up with an asset, but the leaser ends up with more flexibility, less risk, and the continuous experience of a new vehicle. It's a classic trade-off: equity versus experience. Conclusion. So, leasing versus buying. It's not a simple equation of which is cheaper. It's a reflection of your priorities. Buying is an emotional, long-term commitment. It's for the purist, the collector, the driver who wants to form a lasting bond with their machine. It's a statement of permanence. Leasing is a strategic, flexible choice. It's for the innovator, the technophile, the driver who craves variety and wants to experience the best the automotive world has to offer, year after year, with minimal risk and maximum convenience. It's a statement of lifestyle. There is no wrong answer here. The only mistake is not asking the right questions. So, before you step into that showroom, look beyond the polished paint and the roar of the engine. Ask yourself, am I playing the long game of ownership, or am I chasing the ultimate evolving experience? The key to your dream car isn't just in your hand. It's in the decision you make before you even sign the papers. Choose wisely,